Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we are looking at a fantastic reconnaissance tool called Waymore and discussing how to use it in a strictly ethical way. When performing security assessments, bug bounty hunting, or penetration testing with proper authorization, gathering information is the most critical first step. The idea behind Waymore is to find even more links from the Wayback machine, plus other sources, than other existing tools available right now. There are plenty of URL fetching tools out there, but Waymore stands out for a few very specific reasons that we need to cover. The biggest difference between Waymore and other tools is that it can also download the archived responses for URLs on the Wayback machine and URL scan, so that you can then search these for even more links, developer comments, extra parameters, and much more. This is an absolute game changer for deep reconnaissance because it gives you the actual context and code of historical pages, rather than just a simple list of URL addresses. Also, other tools do not currently deal with the rate limiting now in place by the sources, and will often just stop with incomplete results and not let you know they are incomplete. Waymore handles these limits gracefully to ensure you get everything possible without silently dropping data. I want to emphasize a point that many seem to miss, so I will just add it again right here because it is that crucial. The biggest difference between Waymore and other tools is that it can also download the archived responses for URLs on the Wayback machine, so that you can then search these for even more links, developer comments, extra parameters, and much more. This is an absolute game changer for deep reconnaissance because it gives you the actual context and code of historical pages, rather than just a simple list of URL addresses. Remember, while doing this, always ensure you have permission to test your target, as ethical hacking is strictly about securing systems, not exploiting them maliciously. Let us move on to getting this tool set up on your system. Waymore supports Python 3.7 and above. Python 3.7 or higher is specifically required for async and await support, which allows the tool to run its concurrent fetching processes efficiently. To install Waymore in your default global Python environment, you simply need to run the command pip install Waymore. One quick note on the configuration file during installation. If you already have a config.yml file from a previous installation, it will not be overwritten. Instead, a new file named config.yml.nw will be created in the same directory. If you need the new configuration settings, you should remove your old config.yml file and rename the config.yml.nw back to config.yml. This prevents you from accidentally losing any custom API keys or settings you might have previously configured. Before you start firing off commands, there are some critical operational warnings and best practices you need to understand to get the absolute most out of this software. First and foremost, this tool can be very slow. I repeat, it can be extremely slow, but you have to remember that it is meant for coverage, not speed. If you are looking for a quick 5-second scrape of a target, this is not the tool for you. Waymore is designed to be exhaustive. It is carefully navigating those rate limits we talked about, downloading full responses, and communicating with multiple archives to ensure absolutely no stone is left unturned. Patience is highly required here, but the rich data you receive at the end is absolutely worth the wait. A common mistake that is made is passing a file of subdomains to get everything for a domain. Do not do it. Just pass the root domain only to get all subs for that domain. It will be so much quicker and you won't miss anything. If you pass a list of hundreds of subdomains, the tool has to initiate separate queries and processes for every single line in that file, creating massive, unnecessary overhead. By just passing the root domain, Waymore naturally pulls all the subdirectories and subdomains associated with it in a single, much more efficient workflow. Always keep your inputs as broad as the root domain when your goal is total coverage. Now, let us walk through a practical example to see exactly how this works in a real terminal environment. For this demonstration, I have shown the example of example.com. The command used is waymore-i example.com-mode, capital U, -xvt. Let's break down exactly what each part of this command is doing so you can understand how to customize it for your own ethical engagements. The word Waymore calls the application to run. The -I flag stands for input, and this is where we specify our target, which in this case is example.com. Remember what we discussed just a moment ago? We're simply using the root domain here, not a massive list of text files containing hundreds of subdomains. Next, we have the -mode flag, followed by a capital U. The mode argument is incredibly powerful. By passing capital U, we're telling the tool that we only want to retrieve the target URLs, and we don't want to download the actual file responses this time. This is useful if you just want to build a massive target list first before deciding what to download. If you wanted to download the responses, which, as we established, is the tool's biggest feature, you would use mode R for responses or mode B for both URLs and responses. Following that, we use the -X flag. This flag is used to exclude certain extensions from our search. By default, when you use the X flag, it looks at a predefined list in the config file to skip things like image files, CSS, or fonts that usually just clutter up your results and waste valuable time. Next is the V flag, which stands for verbose. When you're running a tool that you know is going to be slow, having the verbose flag enabled is highly helpful. It prints out exactly what the tool is doing in the background, which archives it is currently querying, and how many links it has found so far. This stops you from wondering if the program has frozen or crashed. Finally, the T flag tells Waymore to check for the time limits and calculate timeouts appropriately. Running this command against example.com will slowly but surely output a beautifully clean, highly extensive list of historical URLs associated with that domain. As the results populate, you can then pipe this data into other vulnerability scanners, use it to map out the attack surface, or manually inspect the parameters for potential security flaws. Taking the time to properly configure and wait for Waymore to finish its job will give you an unparalleled advantage in your reconnaissance phase. Just remember to use this powerful visibility ethically and responsibly, ensuring you have the legal right to probe the domains you are investigating. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into Waymore. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about ethical hacking tools, make sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth security tutorials. See you in the next one.